When we think of iconic anime protagonists, we often picture fierce warriors driven by revenge or legacy. But in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, they gave us something different. A bright, carefree duelist who just wanted to have fun. Jaden Yuki, or Jaden Yuki in the original Japanese version, starts off as a smiling Slifer Red who embodies everything that made the early Yu-Gi-Oh! Feel like magic, friendship, creativity, and an unshakable love for the game. But underneath that optimism is one of the franchise's darkest and most transformative character arcs. Jaden doesn't just grow, he falls, he breaks, he isolates himself, and eventually he heals. This is the full story of Jaden Yuki, from the rising prodigy to broken king and back again. Season 1 of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX is often remembered for its light tone and schoolyard charm. Duel Academy is presented as an elite institution on a remote island, training the next generation of duelists. Jaden arrives late, running to his entrance exam, smiling, upbeat, and completely unaware of what's at stake. He's placed in the lowest dorm, Slifer Red, alongside two underdogs like Cyrus Truesdale. But Jaden doesn't care, because for him, dueling is its own reward. His deck of elemental heroes mirrors his own spirit. Each card is themed around justice, hope, and transformation. Elemental hero Flame Wingman, his signature monster, says it best. This monster deals damage equal to your opponent's destroyed monster's attack. In other words, justice is painful. Throughout Season 1, Jaden duels opponents who underestimate him, whether that be Dr. Crowler, Chaz Princeton, and even the Paradox Brothers. But he always brings the duel back to one core principle: enjoying the game. His lightheartedness rubs off on others. Cyrus gains confidence, Chaz, originally a prideful rival, is forced to respect him, and Alexis sees in Jaden someone who duels not for just pressure or prestige, but passion. But even here, in Season 1, seeds of darkness are planted. The Shadow Riders emerge with real consequences. Duelists are sealed into cards. Jaden's duel with Titan introduces the Shadow Games, and he starts to realize that this just isn't a game anymore. Another unique aspect of Jaden's character is his connection to duel spirits. While Yugi had the Pharaoh, Jaden has Winged Karibo, a cheerful, squeaky little spirit gifted to him by Yugimoto himself. But what starts as a gimmick, talking to cards at least, becomes central to his story. Jaden isn't just a good duelist, he feels the heart of his cards, literally, and that ability becomes even more important as he meets other spirit-sensitive duelists. Pharaoh the Cat, Professor Banner's secret identity, the sacred beast. Every spiritual connection deepens Jaden's role as to become something more than a student. He sees the bridge between the world of humans and the world of duel spirits, and we'll see this gift becomes a burden. Season 2 kicks off with a bang, Sartorius in the Society of Light. Unlike previous villains, Sartorius isn't loud or angry. He's calm, persuasive, calculated, and deeply dangerous. Using a combination of mind control and destiny manipulation, he begins converting students into his cult-like organization. Jaden resists at first, but as his friends, Chaz, Alexis Bastion, all fall one by one, the pressure mounts. Then enters Aster Phoenix. Aster isn't evil, he's driven by tragedy, his father's disappearance. His Destiny Hero deck, it's cold, it's calculated, it's strategical. When Jaden duels Aster, it's more than a clash of styles. It's a clash of ideologies. Jaden duels for fun. Aster duels for justice. Jaden improvises. Aster plans everything in advance. Their duel is fast, tense, and emotional. But Jaden loses. This marks a turning point. For the first time, Jaden questions himself. Is he too carefree? Is his belief in joy naive? The season continues with higher stakes, the Gen X tournament, the Light of Destruction, but more importantly, Jaden's energy begins to fade. His love for dueling is still there, but something is building underneath, something heavy. This is when we also get the first introduction to the elemental heroes sent into space, such as Elemental Hero Neos and the Neospatians. Season 3 is where everything unravels. A new threat, Professor Viper, arrives, bringing with him a mysterious energy system that turns duelists into pawns. As Viper manipulates Jaden through guilt and trauma, we start seeing cracks in his armor. Jaden begins isolating himself. He stops joking. He snaps at his friends. His duels grow more aggressive. Then comes the Other Dimension arc, one of the darkest in the entire Yu-Gi-Oh! Franchise. Jaden and his classmates are trapped in a parallel world with warped rules and with no exit. Real monsters, real injuries, real deaths. One by one, his friends vanish. The world is falling apart. Jesse Anderson, Jaden's closest companion, a spiritual mirror of his younger self, becomes possessed by Yubel, a deranged dual spirit who claims to be protecting Jaden in her own twisted way. When Jesse disappears, Jaden breaks, and from that pain, the Supreme King is born. The Supreme King isn't just a persona. It's the darkest version of Jaden, fueled by despair, rage, and the belief that dueling no longer has any meaning. He builds a deck of evil heroes, corrupted, brutal versions of his beloved cards, where Flame Wingman once stood for justice, now Infernal Wing stands for domination. As Supreme King, Jaden conquers the dimension. He kills. He shows no remorse, and yet he's still in there, buried under all of the layers of pain. It's his friends, Cyrus, Jim, Axel, and even Jesse's spirit, who help bring him back. Through sacrifice, loyalty, and hope, they remind him of who he was. But the cost is real. When Jaden returns to his world, he's not the same. He's quieter, detached. He may have defeated Yubel, but he still hasn't healed. During the duel with Yubel, in a final act of understanding, Jaden doesn't destroy Yubel. He fuses with her, not as a power move, but as a way to take responsibility. He learns the truth. Yubel was his guardian spirit from childhood, twisted by darkness, but motivated by love. Her actions were wrong, but she was always trying to protect him. By fusing with her, Jaden embraces his guilt, his pain, and his past, literally making peace with the darkest parts of himself. And with that, the door to healing opens. I believe Season 4 is often overlooked, but I believe it's the most essential. Jaden wanders the academy grounds, distant from his old friends. He duels solo. He speaks softly. He isn't necessarily depressed, but he's reflective. When he faces Night Shroud, the embodiment of nothingness, the duel becomes symbolic. Jaden stands against hopelessness itself. And when he wins, he doesn't celebrate. He just smiles faintly. A quiet victory. In the final scene, Jaden leaves Duel Academy and meets none other than Yugi Moto. The two prepare to duel, and that's where the story ends. Not with a winner, not with a title, but with two duelists who live for the game and for each other. Jaden Yuki began as a happy, reckless kid who just loves to duel, but Yu-Gi-Oh! GX gave him something rare, a full, emotional, and painful arc of growth. He faced depression, guilt, war, death. He became a villain, then found the strength to change. And in the end, he didn't save the world by overpowering it. He saved it by understanding it. Jaden Yuki is more than a protagonist. He's a symbol of what it means to lose yourself and fight to find your way back.